Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Nimpulse Plays, where we are not going to be young Snake, but we are in fact going to be Old Man Campbell, because nobody suspects Campbell of anything. So we're going to get rid of this, because we know where our resistance guy is going to spawn from. There he is. The lad. So basically we follow this man for a long time.
Now tail them.
If we have a weapon out, he'll get weird. But if we're just dead like this, he's pretty chill. But I usually have a weapon out anyway, just in case I need to trank some guards. Hiya! But he's pretty chill, especially on lower difficulties. And if you need to, you can get close and then just turn around, and that way he can't see your face. Because this isn't suspicious, just an old man constantly following you but never looking at you. I always imagine you can knock these cans over and they do create noise. So that's why you can't really follow directly around the corners. But I always feel like he's whistling the tune of the Argon, Neon, Boreon, and Plutonium. That. Hey look, there's a guard. Or is there? He'll notice and get spooked a bit, but otherwise it's fine. Because you kind of have to take out that guard anyway to let him pass. See? I think you also have to take out the guards up ahead. Not under attack, everything's fine. Okay. It's actually better to stand because you don't have your knife out. Look at my neck snaps to the weapon. Okay. He's going to go the long way around, but will eventually climb up the steps. So this is giving us the time to run ahead and deal with stuff. As he climbs up those stairs. There are at least 2 guards here. And then I think others come up, but I don't remember. Fun fact, if you wanted, I might have timed this a bit poorly, but if you go full face camo next to these statues, there is a hidden interaction. There you go, I'm just a humble statue. He's going to walk past me, and then he's going to run back. you go, just walks past. And then he's like, oh, you know what? I've not gone to the loo in a bit. I think I might run back. And sort myself out. Right in front of me. That's a powerful stream. I like the little shake he did. Like, a little shake is fine, but that was like a full-bodied shake. But anyway. Now you can go back to the regular camouflage. I would kind of love the ability to wear all of the disguises and camouflages and, like, faction costumes at all points of the game. I'm sure there's a mod that you could get that would allow you to do that. Okay, he is going to see the bodies, and then he'll get slightly spooked. Very slightly. You got it, buddy? And then he's like, I guess I'll just move on with my day. They're just asleep on the job, like the other 6 guards behind us. You do have to stay a little bit close, otherwise he won't trigger his next, like, patrol. And you can run ahead of him here if you want to. You just have to stay close enough that he will trigger his patrol. So he'll stop and then look left and right from this position. Come on, buddy. Come on. Do your little routine. What if I'm here? Is it easier when nobody's looking? It is. I mean, that's fine anyway, because there is a bonus secret. And the bonus secret is just over here. And first of all, there's a weapon here that I guess you can pick up if you want. But look! I need a weapon to aim. Akina! It's Akina! There are multiple posters of Akina everywhere in the game. Ugh. Oh, there's the other secret. If I walk here, turn on my binoculars. Look who it is! It's someone. Someone with a hand for a foot. I'm sure it's fine. Especially if I walk closer, they disappear. And then I walk back, and they reappear. Closer, disappear. Walk back, reappear. Doo-doo-doo. I'm not following you, but there are no right turns on this road. If I had to guess where this might be inspired by, I'd say, like, maybe, like... because it feels French or Italian, almost. But it's supposed to be Eastern Europe. He's gonna stay there, and then he's gonna run out and go through that archway. Meanwhile, I'm just old man over here. There you go. And this is a zone transition. You can get pretty close. Okay. This is a place that looks eerily similar to where we actually picked him up, but isn't. But I think he uses the same, like, template. Now, should you choose, you can basically just trank all of these people. On lower difficulties, you don't really need to, because they don't really do anything. The only thing you have to avoid is the spotlight.
Find something nearby to hide behind. Stay out of the light.
The searchlight's really only if you're, like, running around as Snake. Okay. Now, we could watch the funny scene, or we could trank them early, so that there's not going to be a problem. But the funny scene is that he knocks a can. He knocks a can while he's walking behind those two guards, and then they spotlight him. But if you take him out early, he'll just walk past them normally. I don't think he even knocks the can anymore, but it's that blue one you see. Yeah, he starts to path around it. We should also path around it because if we knock it, he'll get spooked. Good buddy. I think he goes off in that direction. I don't think it's a level transition, though. Although it might be. Oh no, it is. It's the one just before he changes costume. And you can always tell it's him. Because of the noise. The whistling. Anyway, I'm going to stand over here. I'm not following you. Alright. Pretty sure there's an item over here. A couple rations should you need them. Also a good place to snipe.
There's something fishy about that PMC trooper. Do you hear whistling?
You only really need to snipe them if they're going to recognize you. I've got Campbell's face on, so they actually wouldn't recognize me anyway. If you stay near enough away from them, they won't actually bother to do anything with you. And because he's dressed like a guard, he doesn't have to fear them either. Once again, not following this man. You know, just happen to be going the same direction, and whenever he turns around, I turn away. It does slow down the car that makes a circle afterwards, though. For those paying attention to the map, you may notice a small collective on the left. That is a bunch of guards. There you go. He walks in front of them, so he isn't going to notice the fact that three of them haven't, like, come with him. I would notice, personally, but he's got other problems. I bet speedrunners really hate this mission. Like, because both parts of it are really, really annoying. The bike scene towards the end and this escort part. I bet you can probably, like, game it so that he reacts in a way that actually brings him closer to the end goal, but you know. They never did anything really like this again, to my understanding. You do have, like, follow missions in Metal Gear Solid 5, but you don't... Like, it's much more sandbox rather than, like, procedural. So you could follow them in a car, walker gear. You know, you could get a helicopter pickup and drop off if you really wanted. You know, you could follow him from a mountain or right up close. Whereas this, you have to be near him for him to progress, and he always does the same route, and, you know, kind of just slow and boring. I get what they were going for, though. This is like real James Bond kind of like following, but the problem is that this game, especially after we just saw Raiden spin a Rooney 8 Gecko around, this isn't really the game that we can say we're James Bonding anymore. This is basically anime spy shit. So now that car will eventually find all of the guards that we put to sleep and will wake them up. You'll hear like a honk at one point. There you go. Beep beep. It does put us into a caution, but it makes very little difference. For the most part, it just slows the truck, so that when the truck makes a second pass, it's after we've already gotten past it. I guess the only reason you wouldn't really bother to snipe them as a precaution is if you're trying to conserve ammo. There are doors in this area where if you listen in, they're playing like Konami games and stuff like that. I could never be bothered with them, personally. They are technically secrets, but like, knowing where the doors are is just something I've never done. There you go, caution over. And we are almost at the end of the first section. Yeah, you see the van just picked up that one guy there. So we basically get past before the truck comes through the second time. Easy peasy. I think it will make us wear something other than this face camo. But we shall see. Oh no, we're still Campbell. There you go, now we're no longer Campbell, and we're out of our disguise.
Who's there?
I'm here to see Big Mama.
Is this the guy? What do you think?
Oh, if we turn...
I didn't hear him coming at all. He's gotta be the one.
we turn left and right, we see the video game covers.
Look at him. He's ancient.
So there's Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Thing, and then I think if you look the other way, you'll see the other ones. I would argue I was more stealthy that whole time than Snake is right now. The apple of knowledge.
Very impressive, CQC, Snake. No doubt about it. He is the legendary soldier. Call me Mama. Big Mama.
Played by Lee Merriweather.
I need to talk to you. Raiden sent me.
My, how you've grown, David. It was you, not I, who was created from the rib of man. But I gave you life. I am your mother.
What?
Yeah.
Les enfants terribles. You can't grow a human being in a test tube, not even a clone.
They'd come out all test tube
You need
shaped.
a woman's body to give it life.
You mean a surrogate mother?
That's an awfully cold way to put it. I am your mother. I gave birth for the Patriots.
Gave birth.
The forbidden fruit. Appropriate. No? Follow me. I'll explain everything.
And she does explain everything.
The man who wants me dead is Liquid, your twin. You think you know him, but I know him better. He was once Ocelot, but Liquid has taken control of his soul. And now he's locked in a bitter struggle with Zero,
Zero.
the founder of the Patriots.
Major.
Found her. When did this happen?
40 years ago. During the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union were still at odds.
During the best game of the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
That the Patriots were born. And I played my part. I was one of the founding
Or actually,
members.
technically, just after that game then.
You.
And just before Peace Walker.
Zero created the Patriots to manage and control the American state. That control endured long after the Cold War ended. The organization became an empty shell, continuing to function through AIs. Those AIs are responsible for the creation of the war economy, and they gave rise to the Sons of the Patriot system. But I am partly to blame. I bear some of the guilt for creating the organization. It was right after I first met your father, Big Boss. Back
We
in
were total
1964,
twinsies.
I was ordered to take part in a CIA op called Operation Snake Eater, which concerned a new weapon the Soviets were developing at the time. My mission was to support a certain agent. That agent later became Big Boss, but I knew him as Snake.
Snake.
Yes, Naked Snake. That was his code name at the time. A name he would give to you, his son. The commander of this mission was a man called Zero, the head of Special Forces Unit Fox. Back then, I was working as a double agent for the Chinese. My objective was to secure the location of the Philosopher's Legacy, a massive cache of hidden wealth, and report it to Beijing. I was to acquire a microfilm showing the location of secret funds, funds amassed by the Allied powers during World War II.
But the
But I
Patriots,
failed
or
in
the
my
Wiseman's
mission
Committee at
and
that
was
point.
expelled from China. I took the apple from the snake.
The reason she
and
failed was
cast
because
out of Eden.
Ocelot
After
was a
years on the
triple
run,
agent
I
and
ended up
brought
in
it back
Hanoi.
for the
That's where I met him
United
again.
States.
It was around then that Zero used the massive funds contained in the Philosopher's Legacy to start a new organization, the Patriots, which would carry out the final wishes of a certain legendary hero. The initial membership consisted of Big Boss, Sigint, Paramedic, and their commander, Zero. Oh, and there was one more who we mustn't forget. He stayed behind in the Soviet Union to support the group as an informant.
Ocelot.
Ocelot, who is now Liquid. After your father rescued me in Hanoi, I went to America and joined their organization. Zero's goal was to achieve a unity of thought and awareness. He believed that was what the boss wanted, and the rest of the Patriots followed his lead.
The boss?
The boss was a legendary hero from the Second World War, known as the Mother of Special Forces. She had an almost overwhelming charisma about her. The CIA feared this, so they had her eliminated. If she had survived, the world of the 21st century might have been a very different place. We were all influenced by the boss's will.
And everybody
It was what
took
drove us
different
to create
things
this
from the
organization,
boss's
to be
will.
closer to that spirit. Zero decided that in order to lead the people, we needed a special kind of icon. So we turned to Big Boss, the last son of the boss. He shared more of her life than anyone else.
Although technically the last son
It
of
was
the boss
Big
is
Boss,
Ocelot.
the true heir to her legacy, who was best suited to play this role. Zero elevated Big Boss, the hero who saved the world, to the status of an idol. The truth behind Big Boss became riddled with exaggeration, misrepresentation, and outright lies.
Mostly thanks
Zero
to
disseminated
Kazuhiro
these
Miller.
stories among the masses and gathered the rich and powerful to his banner. Every era needs its symbols to control the people, whether it be the stars and stripes or the hammer and sickle. As the times and currents of politics changed, so too did Zero. Eventually, he became a prisoner of his own lust for power, sparking friction between him and Big Boss, who resented playing the puppet. With Big Boss drifting away, Zero realized he would need insurance. Something that would perpetuate the existence
So
of
this
Big
is
Boss, their
Zero
organization's
starting
icon.
Les Enfants Terribles.
And so Zero secretly embarked on a new project. Les Enfants Terribles. Its
Which
goal
is,
was to create a clone of Big Boss.
can we clone Big Boss so we don't
Ultimate
need
soldier.
Big Boss?
The project was led by Dr. Clark, known at the time as Paramedic.
Who is the mentor of
After
Naomi
dozens
Hunter,
of failures, they finally
and was originally referred to as a
succeeded in
man in Metal
producing
Gear
a
Solid, but they
fertilized
retconned it.
The egg used in the successful in vitro fertilization came from Dr. Clark's assistant, a healthy Japanese woman.
Blood from the east flows within your veins.
Give birth to Big Boss. To realize this, I asked to serve as the surrogate mother, and was more than happy to carry you in my womb. I loved him. 9 months later, I gave birth to 2 Big Bosses, you and Liquid. It didn't matter that you were clones, or that they had manipulated your DNA. You were born the same way as any other normal child, from your mother's womb. But Les Enfants Terribles proved to be the final straw for Zero and Big Boss.
And so they split up
Determined to
here,
oppose Zero and his plans, Big Boss broke away from the Patriots,
with Zero forming Cypher,
created his own
who we see in
mercenary
Metal Gear
army,
Solid
and
5,
drifted around the world.
and Peace Walker.
I'm sorry. Your father never wanted you. Human life isn't meant to be manipulated.
And
like
this is
that.
picture is a reference to Metal Gear 2,
But
where we fight Outer Haven, Big Boss,
after Big Boss left,
and Metal
Zero
Gear D.
really lost control. What Zero wanted was an orderly world, one governed by rules. His fortune grew through countless wars, and his words influenced decision-making all the way up to the Oval Office. As the world saw the rise of digital technology, IT, the internet, and genetics, the Patriots' power grew immense. Their roots spread and took hold throughout the globe. In time, they began to dictate the fate of entire nations from the shadows. And before we knew it, the Patriots, the proud police of the world, started bringing an entire planet under their control.
And now halfway through a cutscene, we save.
Their intentions were fair, but their execution was flawed. Zero developed weapons, amassed armies, used information for extortion, all in order to gain more wealth. He was obsessed with controlling awareness on the inside from the outside. But I cannot imagine that's what the boss would have wanted. They both misinterpreted her will. And their absolute reverence for her drove them apart. So began the war between Zero and Big Boss. Opposing interpretations, each striving to realize the boss's will.
But nobody
Everything you
getting
see
it
today
quite right.
Stems from their Cold War. Differences in race, in religion, in ideology. This war they've caused is no different from any other human error in history. It all started with a tiny fork in the path and grew into a great rift. There was nothing left of the boss's noble will in their struggle. All that remained was hatred, a passion to destroy one another. Big Boss returned to the U.S. with a plan in mind, and once again assumed command of Foxhound. In Outer Heaven, and then Zanzibar Land,
So Metal Gear
Big
and Metal
Boss
Gear
plotted
2.
coup d'etat against Zero. But you, Solid Snake, his own clone, foiled his efforts
We
both
killed
times.
Venom Snake,
Big
Metal Gear
Boss
Solid
and Gray
5
Fox,
Snake in Metal
Frankie,
Gear 1.
were left
And then we
near death.
killed
Zero
actual Big
recovered
Boss, or
their
we thought we
bodies.
did, in Metal Gear 2.
Frank Yeager's entire body was reconstructed through surgery, and he was reborn as the cyborg ninja.
How do you know about this
Big
part?
Boss, now a vegetable, became a prisoner of Zero even in death. For Zero, more than anyone else, your father was an irreplaceable icon. No, the truth is, for Zero, he was an irreplaceable friend. After Big Boss's betrayal, Zero could no longer believe in something so uncertain as life. He lost his belief in everything. Nations, organizations, individuals. Zero was no longer willing to place his organization in the hands of the next generation. Instead, he set up a network of AIs, a decision-making system formed from all the information he had accumulated. He built 4 AIs, GW, TJ, AM,
George Washington.
and TR, as sort of a digital Mount Rushmore. And one core artificial intelligence
Theodore
to
Roosevelt.
unite them, John Doe.
GW. The same GW we destroyed 5 years ago.
The same. Ever since GW was cut off, JD and the other 3 AIs
JD is
controlled all
John
information on every aspect
Doe?
of global society. Economics, politics,
I can't remember.
law,
It's all people that
morals,
signed the
and
Declaration of
culture.
Independence.
The war economy is no exception. In the
Oh,
shadow of
TJ,
the
Thomas
system and
Jefferson.
its complete control over the world, Big Boss isn't allowed to live or die.
I don't remember what the others were.
He's trapped for eternity in a brain-dead prison. To bind himself to his friend, To ensure his rule over the world, Zero transformed Big Boss into an icon, neither living nor dead.
Sounds almost like a religion.
Naturally, Ocelot and I planned to free him from Zero's prison. We enlisted Naomi Hunter, an authority in the field of nanomachine research, into our organization. And we used Frank Yeager to kill Dr. Clark. Ocelot tortured the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, also known as Sigint, to death, and made it look like an accident.
The Shadow Moses incident.
With Paramedic and Sigint dead, Zero was the only one left.
Also, Ocelot's hand got cut off by Frank
We paid
Yeager.
the price. I lost Ocelot. Ocelot wasn't fighting for the Pentagon or the Russians, and certainly not for Zero. He was fighting for Big Boss. He idolized him. When Ocelot grafted Liquid's right arm to his own, his body was taken over by Liquid's thoughts and spirit. He may be Ocelot in physical form, but his mind is Liquid's. I was the last one. And then someone appeared to help me.
Raiden.
It was when I met him that I finally discovered the location of Big Boss. It was in the data he obtained from GW. Together, he and I retrieved Big Boss. But Big Boss was still asleep, as Zero had left him.
Why did Zero keep him alive?
People need heroes. Zero wanted to create a messiah. A legend that would never die.
And how did
Liquid
that
is
go?
after Big Boss's body. Is it here?
I'll take you to meet him.
I mean, surely I get first dibs. I am the one that put him in the bag.
This is his pyx, his holy ark. His body is alive, but his consciousness is locked away by nanomachines. So technically speaking, he's not really brain dead.
You ever considered like the moral
We
implications
can't
of what
allow
we're doing?
Liquid to inherit the same sins that corrupted Zero, manipulating people's minds for the sake of his own ego.
Couldn't you just kill him? Wouldn't that stop this happening?
Otacon.
Snake, it's Naomi.
What happened?
She's gone. She's not in the Nomad anymore.
When?
Less than an hour ago.
Snake has really
She
long
disappeared right
fingers.
after she and Sonny got back from Dr. Madnar's place.
Why weren't you watching her?
I didn't have my glasses on.
Naomi said it herself. The experiment can't succeed without her.
You think she went back to Liquid?
What about Raiden?
Good news on that front. We managed to get
Well,
our
who's
hands on
that?
the dialysis machine and set up an ICU. We just started him on dialysis and treatment for his wounds.
Will he live?
Yeah, no worries there. Sonny's taken over for Naomi. But his treatment's probably gonna take 48 hours. Until then, Raiden can't move.
Hey, you! Come here!
Hey, buddy. My god. He's a hand for a head.
What the hell is that?
He's a dwarf gecko. Hey, she's got the Mauser. The Chinese imitation of the Mauser. Flashback.
Scarabs. Unmanned scouts.
They've found us. We're moving out.
We probably shouldn't have done a whole dialogue.
Snake, the PMCs are converging on your location. Damn it! They're sending in Gecko. They'll be on you in less than 5 minutes.
Are they ready?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll escape through the canal route using the real van. Get it ready. Hurry.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
canal was originally supposed to be a longer
Snake,
segment
over
as
here.
well. You can kind of see how it abruptly cuts between
Got
the
decoy
Raging
vans
Raven
sent
fight
across
and
some
then
of our
immediately
pursuers
into
away.
the canal. You were supposed to be basically going through the city much longer. Hey, it's the Triumph. It's the bike she rode in Metal Gear Solid 3.
All of these children were orphans. They work in arms factories. And when they grow up, they want to join a PMC. They seek revenge on other companies, PMCs that killed their parents, and use their earnings to support their younger siblings. There are countless child soldiers like these in the PMCs. Nowadays, anyone with a computer can get combat training. The FPS games that these children love are distributed for free. by
These damn FPS games.
Of course, it's all just virtual training. It's so easy for them to get absorbed by these war games. And before they know it, they're in the PMCs holding real guns. These kids end up fighting in proxy wars that have nothing to do with their own lives. They think it's cool to fight like this. They think that combat is life. They don't need a reason to fight. After all, for them, it's only a game. Zero is the cause of all this. Defeating Liquid won't change things. Unless we stop the Patriot system, the cycle will go unbroken.
Things like, hey, do I get a bike? Or, oh, okay.
Hold on to me. With so many wars being waged, oil and biofuel have become as precious as diamonds. It's been a while since I went out for a ride.
Are you sure about this?
It's like riding a bike.
I only get off my bike when I fall in love. Or fall dead.
Well, that one time I just fell. I landed on a tree.
Call me Eva.
Eva.
Here we go!
All right. We are now in the second half of this act, basically, which is one massive motorcycle chase scene.
We have to keep Big Boss's body out of enemy hands, no matter what. Get the body safely to the canal escape port.
Okay. First thing we're going to do is change our weapon. We are going to want this. We can technically use her gun if we wanted to. We did unlock that at one point. There's also the Thor. The solar is useful in some cases. We have infinite ammo because we're on the back of a bike, but I'm going to use the Patriot just to make some things a bit easier. Stun grenade as well. I think we're all good. I guess I'll give myself a second gun if I need it. Guess I'll do the P90. I'm helping. Alright, we're never going to see that gecko again. Yeet. I forget if stun grenades even do anything. But they don't hurt the van, which is the important thing for us. Each stun grenade! Alright, over this side as well. On extreme, this is mostly a solar gun with the auto-aim turned on animation. Oh, my eyes. Alright, we're good. There's like 4 different zones, I think? 4 or 5? Have I still got my solar? I do. Wonderful. I think I got him, almost. That counts. That counts as a hit. There we go. I got that one. Here's the bridge segment. We can't go that way, so we're going to go this way. I might heal while I'm here just in case. Oh no! But yeah, they all go down basically in one hit, so that's one of the reasons why... I'm gonna ration while I'm here. They all go down basically one hit, so that's why the auto-aim is considered useful. Oh my god! Because you can also kind of rapid fire with the auto aim on. There you go. I don't think you can reload because it's the middle of the night though. So I'm just going to spend the rest of this just focusing on the van.
Enemy, get ahead!
Oh, nice. Got him. We need to keep yourself alive and the band alive. In the extreme modes, it's mostly you that's the hard one to keep alive. Because you can't use recovery items if you're going to the big boss rank. You also can't do any continues, so you have to save scum absolutely. Now you might think, we're over a bridge. Surely this is the end of the scene. But in fact, you'd be wrong.
There you are, Snake! Where's your anger? Show me your rage!
This is why we brought the Patriot. Because now we're fighting mostly just, you know, drones. Alright, give me the Patriot. Don't change it for the operator.
I've got bad news. The decoy vans have all bitten the dust, which means the enemy will be focusing on you now.
Wonderful.
I just need you to hold them off a little longer.
Well, in fact, any damage you do to her will carry over into her boss fight. That's why the Patriot is a fun gun. I am aiming the gun! There are humans here as well, so just watch out for those if you want to go for a non-lethal. There you go, so the human right here, for instance. I think I nailed it. Maybe not. Back to the Patriot. Which plays part of the Snake Eater theme song every time you open it up. Yeah. Got him. Seen anything? Maybe not. Another one of these. I hit him, but not enough. Back to the Patriot. Can auto aim on this one as well.
Snake, are you okay?
Yeah, one. Now we're back to basically the humans. This is where you're taking more damage. I find at least. As evidenced by the fact I'm taking more damage. I think we're coming up to the end of this segment.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You might recognize this. In the right turns. Okay, now we're coming up to the end. And look at that. Perfectly fine.
I think we lost them.
Or have we? Is it time for another cutscene? You bet your butt it is.
There it is.
Well, I'm sure Big Boss's body is fine. It's just mostly in a church now.
Are you okay? Big Mama, come on. Stay with me. Eva, I need
Eva.
you.
Is that you?
Reminiscent of that moment in MGS3 when she gets impaled by the tree.
Mother's work is never done.
Big Mama.
Where's the van?
It's not doing well, we'll put it that way.
The children. No. I'm so sorry.
Oh, but they dropped their cool guns, though. Was that a foul?
She'll be coming to search the van.
I'll take care of it. You stay here. Keep watch.
I'll contact the children.
Here. Take this.
It's a bit big.
Snake, come back in one piece.
I will.
The anime, or I'll be Luffy.
Promise me.
I do love how this game is like, no matter what, we're always going to make you, like, use the same two weapons, because those are the only ones that we've done animations for. You're always going to use the operator, and you're always going to use the M4. If you think you can walk out here with a railgun in a cutscene, you are absolutely mistaken. Plus, I guess, as far as the story is concerned, these are the only two guns that you've been given. Those are some damn good nanomachines. So they're based on the Fury and Vulcan Raven.
Let your fury flow freely! Anger begets anger! Come on! Show me your rage!
They basically have jet engines on their back. Alright. Well, the first thing we're going to do is change out some weapons. Because we're going to change to the railgun. Maybe this as well. And then, sure, we'll have some of that, and then we'll keep the Patriot. Why not? And then we're going to get prepped. They mostly do stuff down here, and I'm waiting for her to appear. Alright, I did hit her, I think. That might have been the damage she took before. Either way, we can have an easier time if we just run upstairs. Where am I hiding? That is the good question. So she's technically hiding down there. Got him. Where are they? There they are. Hello. Goodbye. And that's how you do Raging Raven with the railgun. Which doesn't count as a special weapon either. Like stealth and bat down count as special items.
I can feel the anger building up inside. Eating away at me. I'll never forgive myself. I don't want to be angry. I don't need anger. I'm not angry.
She exploded. Are you ready for some more Hideo Kojima gratuity? This does follow the pattern of Metal Gear Solid, though. First you fought Octopus, technically. Then you fight Raven in the tank.
Let me out of this cage. I don't need these wings. I don't need this ring.
I'm just straight up looking at her butt. That's what this L1 prompt is for. Kojima must be stopped.
Calm. Let your anger flow.
She's gonna poke me. I don't want to be poked. This is the most scared Snake has looked this whole game. Well, there's only one way to deal with this.
She's come out of her suit. Watch out! She's gonna try to grab you.
Go! Go! Go!
There is a way to force this, which I might demonstrate if I can. And it's to basically get her to crawl. Because if she crawls, she can't dodge. Okay, alright, alright. Off you go. Alright. There we go. The speedrunner approach is just to get her to crawl because she can't dodge, and then solar gun her twice. I can't wait for Drebin to tell me how this has context. But hey, I killed her non-lethally. Just a little bit of therapy, right as rain. Oh, cool, loot. This is a grenade launcher that's actually pretty good, but once you get the railgun, it's pretty pointless. Yo, Snake, you enjoy beating up women?
Way to bring that bird down, Snake.
Drebin.
And you got yourself a souvenir, too. A grenade launcher. Nice. That's a real user-friendly weapon.
Not much use to me without an ID, though.
I laundered this one free of charge.
What's the catch?
Only that you give it to me when you're done with it. A weapon with that many decades of rage stored up inside it? Now that's a collector's item.
How old was she?
I'd say about 20. But she had years of soldiers' rage hidden away in that youthful body of hers.
Soldiers?
Yeah, the soldiers of Ake. A place that hasn't seen peace in a long, long time.
Uh-huh.
She was captured by one side or another, and kept caged up like an animal, along with God knows how many other kids.
Anonymous violence.
Exactly. It's unknown whether her captors were with the government or the rebels. In any case, they got their kicks by abusing these helpless little kids day after day after day. That constant barrage, that battlefield rage slowly built up inside their bodies, their minds. The kids tried to keep each other's spirits up, always clinging to the hope that someone would come to their rescue, barely surviving off of scraps of food. But those soldiers didn't stop. They called the kids parasites and shit-eating ravens, beat them even harder. Then one morning, the soldiers just up and left, leaving the surviving kids to be eaten alive by the birds. Almost like one of those sky burials. One by one, their bodies were picked apart by ravens' beaks, until finally the flock came for her. But by some miracle, their beaks cut her bonds instead. And like that, she was liberated. In that instant, she was filled with an uncontrollable rage, and it smothered her soul.
Meanwhile,
She ripped
Eva
the ravens
is,
pecking
like,
at her to
bleeding out
pieces,
somewhere.
and then went after the soldiers. And when she finally caught up with them, she waited until nightfall like a hunter awaiting its prey. They say that when a raven cries, a man dies. And that's exactly what happened that night. Screeching and cawing, she killed every last living being in the camp. Both the soldiers and the civilians they'd enslaved. In her eyes, there was no longer a difference. The cruelty her friends had suffered, the pain and humiliation she'd endured. Hers was the distillation of the rage that decades of war had imparted on those soldiers.
It was her strength, and her greatest weakness.
You're something else, Snake. You managed to cleanse Raven of her rage. No, seriously. You're the seed of war. In fact, I'd say you might even be war itself.
Drebin.
Maybe it's still too early to tell. You still got half the B&B Corps ahead of you.
Yeah, I've just
Keep your
got
eye on the
Crying
ball.
Wolf and Screaming Mantis. So here, maybe just after this scene, is where there was supposed to be more content, but it was too much. So they trimmed it back. So I think basically we're going to have a scene that emulates you carrying around Eva in Metal Gear Solid 3 with a similar injury in the canals.
The 3 vans that came out with us are decoys. The real one is floating down the river, headed downstream. I managed to get in touch with the children. The Pix is safe. We're going to rendezvous on the riverbank, downstream. Land and air routes are cut off. But there's a cruiser waiting for us. The Volta River is our only chance of escape. Let's get out of here. Hurry.
Good thinking.
If I had to guess where we could be, maybe like Poland? Like Warsaw, maybe? I'm trying to think where would have this kind of architecture. Sorry about your bike. It survived 60 years.
Follow me. I don't need to feel the wind anymore. There's no need to keep lying to myself. I only get off my bike when I fall in love. Or... Oh,
Yeah, let's not think about the ore for now.
give me a hand.
Yeah.
The underground aqueduct leads to the river. There should be fewer of them down there.
Yeah, so this whole canal section was going to be a bit of the mission. I think we'll finish with this act and then we'll call it for this episode. Oh, hey, it's Ocelot. Bang. One gunshot. Done.
Liquid. Not bad.
Where's the Pix?
That no longer matters.
Where is it? Ah!
Is that it?
No, that was just somebody's boat that I didn't like. Oh, hey, it's Naomi. She betrayed us.
Naomi told me everything. And now, thanks to her, I finally have it. The thing I've sought for so long. Big Boss. Put down the gun, Snake. It's already too late. almost did it. But it looks like I win after all.
You gonna stab me, Snake, with a weird carbon fiber knife?
Cigars, father's favorite. What do you say? Care for one last smoke?
Huh. You think you're big boss now?
Guilty as charged. But all that ends today.
Distraction cigar. Well, I tell you what, Snake, I think you really need to work on your CQC. Because it's not going well.
Nice try. But when it comes to CQC, I've got the upper hand.
Even if you do get a hold of the system, you'll only have one part of the Patriots AI. The military part.
What of it, brother? It's only a matter of time before I have everything.
Alright, my knife is a stun knife.
Remember GW? The AI they think they lost? It's mine. A part of my army.
Impossible. We destroyed it.
Cutscene time.
Your worm only managed to cut GW into little pieces. Pieces we were able to reconstruct. And then we stowed it away inside JD's network. This man's body has served me well, allowing me to pass every security barrier between me and GW. After all, the Patriot system is nothing more than a machine. Now that GW is a spook inside the network, there's no way JD would recognize it as an external threat. Once I destroy JD with a nuclear strike, the Patriots network will be mine. And then I'll build my haven, free from all forms of control. I'll cast aside my old identity and take my own name for the first time.
Liquid, you're planning to recreate the Patriots.
Snake, we were created by the Patriots. We're not men.
So JD is John Doe.
We're shadows in the shape of men.
Trying to work out what AL stood for. Abraham Lincoln, right?
We're freaks who never
TR is Teddy Roosevelt. TJ is Thomas Jefferson, and GW is George Washington. There you go.
Generations never prosper.
So I guess JD is just John Doe.
The Patriots saw fit to create us, and in doing so became our only raison d'etre.
Really should stop just doing CQC.
I won't fight my fate any longer. I'll kill Zero and Big Boss and become a Patriot myself. It all began with Zero and Big Boss. Our purpose in life is to fulfill our destinies. And once all is returned to Zero, the world can be reborn.
Nice. That felt great.
Adam. down.
My apple. You truly are
As
evil.
we both live, the world will not know an age of light. If we're to pass the baton to the next generation, the only choice left to us is death.
Boss.
Good. The players have all assembled, Snake. The time has come for you to witness. Witness our moment of triumph. Go!
Naomi, you kinda screwed us here, just a bit.
Hold it right there, Liquid! Drop your weapons and stand down, now!
Now, you know, it would look like Liquid is pretty screwed right now. But this is a Metal Gear Solid game.
Put your hands up!
Vamp doesn't like the light, but not because he's a vampire. As everybody in the comments stressed to me, he's not a vampire.
Liquid! Stop!
Fire!
He pointed. Most dangerous man alive. I still have a knife in my shoulder, guys. Little help?
What?
The system is mine. Your guns and your weapons are no longer your own.
Quick, somebody throw a gun at him.
Behold, guns of the Patriots. Bang! Bang!
It is a pretty cool move, though. I don't know if it actually wrapped into Ocelot.
Jonathan! Ed! Commander!
But you know who's not affected?
Akiba, you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
But why?
I didn't take my shots. Here we go, Liquid Ocelot doing the Batista entrance. Liquid, we already rolled credits. I don't know, you want us to roll them again, or...? Sir, should we go make sure they're dead? No. No, it's funnier this way. Look at him. Ha ha ha.
Let them have it. We don't need it anymore.
No, it's Big Boss. Hey, it's the Thor 4570, whatever it's called.
So long, Snake.
Not the last time the snake would get burned in this game. I'll save us, Snake. Actually, I've joined them now. Goodbye. Well, lads, did we win?
Meryl! Meryl! Meryl!
Is this the end of Rat Patrol? After all this time, Akiba is revealed to be hot. Chest compressions, chest compressions. There's not the time to get a cheeky kiss. There we go. One hand over the other. Need to go deeper than that. She's wearing body armor. Remember the Bee Gees? Staying alive, staying alive. I want to say, during CPR, if you, like, you have to go deep enough to where you can crack ribs.
Don't give up on me. Meryl, don't go. Meryl. Meryl! Meryl! It's...
Alright, now do it for Jonathan and Ed.
Thank you.
Okay, Meryl? Hey, if it's all right, call me Johnny.
I'm the Jonathan now. The other one has died. Also, it's the same Johnny that you beat up in Metal Gear Solid in Shadow Moses.
You and the beasts are no different. Scorched shadows born to the world. When a beast steps in,
I never thought about it, but I think Jonathan and Ed are dead.
unless the light is put out, the shadow cannot be erased. So long as there
Oh
is
wait, no,
light,
they're not dead.
there is shadow.
They're just very injured.
To return everything to normal, the light must be extinguished. And when that happens, you will be too.
Eva is dead. Sad. Snake, we've come to get that knife out of you. I'm letting the monkey do it. I think it will be funny.
Like I said, we pride ourselves on service.
Oh, never mind. I'll do it. Ow!
Come on, let's take this guy to his friends.
I think you're actually supposed to leave those in. Alright, how we do? 1 kill? Who did I kill? When did this happen? Did I kill 1 person during the bike chase? Oh, I'm livid. Absolutely livid. Alright, well. I think there's a save. There it is. We shall continue this gaming experience and all of its cutscenes in the next one. Bye for now.